അപ്പോൾ ഇനി നമ്മൾ യൂണിവേഴ്സൽ സ്റ്റുഡിയോയിലേക്ക് പോകാൻ വേണ്ടി ബസ്സിൽ പ്രവേശിക്കുകയാണ്. അവിടെ കയറുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് ലഞ്ച് കഴിച്ചിട്ട് നേരെ സ്റ്റുഡിയോയിൽ കയറും. വൈകുന്നേരം വരെ ഇനി അവിടെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ചിലവഴിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഒന്നര മണിക്കൂറോളം ക്യൂ വെച്ചപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ബസ്സിൽ കയറാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. 1.5 മണിക്കൂർ കട്ട പോസ്റ്റായിരുന്നു. ഒടുവിൽ ഇതാ വെളിയിറങ്ങുന്നു.
3D glasses. You're going to need those for the tour. You do not need to wear them yet. Whenever you need them, I'll let you know. But if you did not get a pair of 3D glasses, please raise your hand as high as possible. Keep it raised. We'll make sure that you get a pair before we go out into the studio. We need a lot of 3D glasses here in Car 1. Help. And wave goodbye to all those people. Bye! Great. You'll probably...
ലൈവ് സ്റ്റുഡിയോസും ഉണ്ട് ഇതിനിടയ്ക്ക്. അതായത് ഷൂട്ട് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സ്റ്റുഡിയോസ്,
So you can see this on your screens looks like a real store, but it isn't. It's just a set that was built inside of these 3 sound stages we just drove by, as I mentioned earlier.
കാണുന്ന ബിൽഡിംഗ്സ് എല്ലാം സെറ്റ്
Holidays are coming
ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
up, so I like bringing up Home Alone 2 also filmed a few scenes here, especially the scenes where Kevin is throwing bricks at the wet bandits from the roof of a building that filmed right in this area of the studio.
ബാക്ക് ടു ദ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലും ഹോം അലോണിലും എല്ലാം നമ്മൾ കണ്ട ബിൽഡിങ്സ് ഒക്കെയാണ് ഈ കാണുന്നത്. എല്ലാം സെറ്റ് ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നതാണ്.
Now you can see the clock tower looks a lot different today. It doesn't look the same way it did in the movie. That's because Back to the Future was so successful and so memorable, we had to completely remodel and redesign this area so that we could continue using the same area in other movies and TV shows without having audiences recognizing it instantly as Hill Valley from Back to the Future. Now we're going away from the small town vibes of Courthouse Square into the Big Apple. This next area here is known as New York Street. If you look on the left corner, hotels, Broadway theaters on either side. And here I'll leave you with our co-host, Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's that mug over there?
എന്തൊരു പെർഫെക്ഷൻ ആണ് ഓരോ സെറ്റിനും നോക്കിയോ.
This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City.
And if If you know Michael Bay loves blowing things up. And he wanted to film a sequence in downtown LA. They wouldn't let him, so he filmed it here instead.
ഇതിപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ 3D ഗ്ലാസ് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ക്യാമറയിൽ എന്തൊക്കെ കിട്ടുമെന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ. സ്ഥലമാണത്. വണ്ടികൾ നനകുന്നുണ്ട് ഇതിനിടയ്ക്ക്. ഒരു വണ്ടി കരുത്തോട്ട് അങ്ങനെ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് അടുത്ത സ്ഥലത്തേക്ക് പോകണം. അതിനിടയ്ക്ക് വെള്ളം തിളപ്പിക്കുകയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. 360 ഡിഗ്രി 3D സ്ക്രീനിലാണ് അത് കാണിച്ചത്.
360 3D is one of the world's largest 3D experiences, with screens that are over 40 feet tall and over 180 feet wide.
നൈറ്റ് റൈഡറിലെ കാറാണ് ഈ കിടക്കുന്നത്. ഫോർഡ് കോബ്ര ഹിറ്റ്. ഇത് മാഗ്നം PI ഫെറാരി 308. ബാക്ക് ടു ദ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലെ 46 ഫോർഡ് കൺവേർട്ടബിൾ. ബാക്ക് ടു ദ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലെ മറ്റൊരെണ്ണം. ബാക്ക് ടു ദ ഫ്യൂച്ചറിലെ മറ്റൊരെണ്ണം ഫോർഡ് എറ്റ്സെൽഫ് ഫ്രം ഇത് ഫ്ലിൻസ്റ്റോൺസ്. ഇത് ഫ്ലിൻസ്റ്റോൺസ്. ഇതും ഫ്ലിൻസ്റ്റോൺസ്. ഇത് ഹാരി പോട്ടർ.
And a Jeep Wrangler Sahara that was used for the first time in the first Jurassic Park film back in 1993. And then it was used again in the first Jurassic World film. The kids find it in the abandoned section of the park and try to fix it to get away from the dinosaur attack. Speaking of dinosaur attacks, we now want to take you to a little island off the coast of Costa Rica known as Isla Nublar, where back in 1993 we built the first Jurassic Park. On the right, this cage with the boat are from the third movie. On the left, the mobile lab from the second movie. And on the right here, a very special treat, some cages with live dinosaurs. Wait. The cages are empty. We might be in big trouble right now. If you see anything approaching the tram, if you hear any noises near...
ഇതെല്ലാം ജുറാസിക് പാർക്കിലെയാണ്. ജുറാസിക് പാർക്കിലെ സംഭവങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ്. ഇടയ്ക്ക് എന്തോ വരാൻ പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. അയ്യോ, അവിടെ ഉണ്ട് രക്ഷകളൊക്കെ.
Well, right now that we're all safely away from the dinosaurs, so I want to play a clip from the Lost World Jurassic Park. Here, you'll be able to see the mobile lab in action, the same one we just drove by a few moments ago. And while both in the movie and in real life, this looks like a very heavy vehicle, we actually built it almost entirely out of plywood, which makes it very lightweight. We needed it to be lightweight for scenes like this one. And I'm gonna pause it here to ruin a little bit of movie tram. These are actually made for the Jurassic Park movies. They're very lightweight. They're made out of chicken wire, styrofoam, and hand painted. They all have wheels in the bottom, so they look very heavy, but you can place them anywhere you need a jungle. Now, if you looked at this sequence, it's raining heavily throughout the entire thing, but now you know it filmed here in Southern California, and our weather tends to be very sunny and dry throughout the entire year. So when we need rain for a movie sequence like that one, we have to take matters into our own hands and create the rain ourselves. So we just arrived to an area of the studio called Old Mexico, and with some thunder and lightning, we're going to show you how we make rain for film and TV. Now the lightning is created with very powerful strobe lights scattered around the area. But now I want you to take a look on the left because it's about to start raining. That effect is created using highly sophisticated technology called sprinklers. They're located on top of the trams, on top of the trees. They shoot water up. Gravity helps it fall down to the ground almost naturally, and that's exactly how we make rain for film and TV. We can place the sprinklers strategically so that the camera, the crew, and the director stay dry while all the actors are getting soaked in the rain. And we can make this happen anywhere in the studio, even inside of the soundstage. But here at Mexico, we activate the effect every time a tram drives by to show you, and we've been running into a tiny issue with giant flash floods like that one headed our way right now. Keep your cameras dry! That effect is created using thousands of gallons of recycled water. You can see it in the movie Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti here on your screen. I'm sure some of you might recognize this next area of Old Mexico as the orphanage in the movie Nacho Libre with Jack Black. You can see this in The Three Amigos, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. This area was the town of Pariah in season 1 of Westworld on HBO. Star Trek Picard, Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, and Last Men on Earth with Will Forte. Away from Old Mexico into the Wild West. This next area is known as 6 Points, Texas. It's been here since the silent film era. These are some of the oldest sets still standing in all of Hollywood. Many great cowboys have worked here, like John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford, and all the cowboys on your screens. But while these are some of the oldest sets we have here in the studio, we still use them for filming all the time. They were recently featured in the new version of Quantum Leap. They used them in the final season of Never Have I Ever. They used them for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Timothy Olyphant, and many more. These sets were also used in the beginning of Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford, Saving Mr. Banks, and a lot of incredible other productions. Now, you might see that there's remnants of dirt all over the pavement right now. That's because they were just filming Quantum Leap. And when they film here, specifically period pieces, they bring truckloads of dirt to cover up the entire pavement. Then when they're done filming, they vacuum it all up. Movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer used this for all the flashback scenes where Angel gets turned into a vampire, and the first 2 Pirates of the Caribbean used this as Tortuga Island. Now we're inside of one of our sound stages here. This one, Soundstage 50. You can see on your screens, and this scene from the TV show Bone, starring David Boreanaz. This scene filmed mainly on our right-hand side. They come down that first set of stairs and walk to the tunnel that's in front of us. In the show, they used CGI to make this door look like a tunnel, because as you can see, that's just the door to get out of the soundstage. So they have to use CGI to make that look like a tunnel. A train could come out of in the show. It might be a little stronger than I anticipated. Please make sure that this is very important. The only way we're going to safely get out of here is if you keep your head clear.
ട്രെയിന് പിടിച്ച് കയറിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അയ്യോ, അതിനിടയ്ക്ക് വെള്ളവും വരുന്നു. നമ്മൾ വെള്ളത്തിലാകുന്നു. ട്രെയിൻ ഇവിടെ ഇടിച്ച് എല്ലാം കഴിഞ്ഞു, എല്ലാം പഴയപടിയാവുന്നു.
This one is a simulated earthquake that hits about an 8.3 on the Richter scale. That same effect was used in that same episode of the TV show.
8.3 Richter scale ഉള്ള ഒരു ഭൂമികുലുക്കമാണ് അവിടെ സൃഷ്ടിച്ചെടുത്തത്.
Camera angles, digital effects, and switch out the tram for a You'll see the sign for Amity Island. You'll say it says beach closed, and if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see why the beach is closed. Our beloved Bruce, our mechanical shark, is going through some much-needed R&R. So he's sitting on land right now. The whole lake has been drained, so we're fixing the entire area up and getting it ready. But you get to see something not a lot of people get to see. A lot of the mechanisms that make this all work, and all the boats on land, which is crazy. The same area was used as Cabin Cove in the TV show Murder, She Wrote, starring Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher. On our left here, these are practical sets. Practical set is a set where we can film both inside and outside of it. These are pretty much regular houses. They've been used for movies like Hancock with Will Smith, the Academy Award-winning To Kill a Mockingbird, and Welcome to Marwen with Steve Carell. The house on our right is known as the Chicken Ranch. You can see it in action here on your screens in a few productions. Horror movie fans might recognize it as the Firefly family residence in the movie House of a Thousand Corpses, directed by Rob Zombie. And you can see both kinds of set here. The Chicken Ranch is a practical set. The yellow house behind it is a false front. On our left, there's some construction here. There's also a closed set. Picture cards and a spooky stuff. We're in the middle of Halloween Horror Nights, and this is where we do terror tram. We let people off the tram and then pick up the survivors later on. We are now about 15 minutes away from the end of the tour, almost back to the theme park. I want to remind everybody one final time, if you have any emergencies or require assistance, but do remain seated and inside the tram at all times. Some of my favorite cars here: Dominic Toretto's Charger, Mr. Bean's car from Mr. Bean's Holiday, the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, Bumblebee and a Decepticon from Transformers, and the last car, we can't really see it anymore, but Tyrese's car from Too Fast, Too Furious. Next up, the Bates Motel, and right behind the Bates Motel on top of the hill, the Psycho House from Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece Psycho. That movie filmed here back in 1960. Now the Psycho House looks like a normal-sized house here, but it's technically considered a miniature. It's built at 3/4 of the scale of a real house. That way it looks like it's further. Entering the airplane crash site set from the movie War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. This set features a real plane. This is an extraterrestrial invasion movie, and that on the left is a Boeing 747 jet that was brought here and destroyed for just 1 sequence of this film. Now, they bought the plane in one piece. It cost them about $60,000. They got it from a retired airplane facility in the Mojave Desert. But they couldn't just fly it in here. We don't have a landing strip. So to put it there where you see it, they had to cut it in sections. They took out the roof, they took out the wings, they took out the tail, and to do all that and put it there, it cost over $200,000. The rest of the set took about a month and a half to build, and this entire set we're in right now was only used in about 4 minutes of the finished film. This is what the scene looked like.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes on right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You go ahead, keep your eyes on me. Listen, man, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay, I'm closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
After War of the Worlds, this set has been used for music videos like Fly by Nicki Minaj and Rihanna, Take It Back by Logic, episodes of America's Next Top Model, Community, Love on Netflix, and Tribeca with Rashida Jones. And here in the studio, about twice a year, we use it to train, search, and rescue puppies. Behind the tail end of the plane, there's a log cabin. It's really hard to see because we're doing some Halloween Horror Nights right now. You can tell me more about Jupiter's Claim, Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life.
We have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business.
As you can see, we are being sent into hiding. This is one of our old mechanical workshops, so apparently someone by the name Owen Shaw has been tracing our vehicle. He's been identified as highly dangerous, so our security has joined forces with Dumping Toretto, Luke Hobbs, and their teams to keep us safe. They're thinking this is...
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw.
ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഫ്യൂരിയസ് സൂപ്പർ ചാർജർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സിനിമയിലെ സീനുകളാണ് നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ കണ്ടത്. എല്ലാം 3D സീനുകളിലായിരുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ ബസ് ടൂർ അവസാനിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇനി ഇൻഡിവിജ്വലായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പോയി പല പല സ്ഥലങ്ങൾ കാണാം. ഹാരി പോട്ടർ പോലെയുള്ള പല ഷോകളും നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അതെല്ലാം നടന്ന് കാണേണ്ടവയാണ്.
Any questions about the studio, the tour, any of the sets you saw out there, any of the productions currently filming, productions that have filmed in the past, movie making in general, or the theme park itself, I will also be on the left-hand side by the digital board that has all the wait times and show times. So don't hesitate to drop by and ask any questions, or just drop by to say hi. See ya!
നമ്മളങ്ങനെ നടന്നു വരുമ്പോൾ ലോസ് ഏഞ്ചലസ് ടൗണിൻ്റെ ഒരു വിഹക വീക്ഷണം കാണാം. ചുറ്റും മലനിരകളാണ്. തനിക്കിടാൻ അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് എടുക്കാനും അറിയാം എന്നാണ് ഡോക്ടർ നിക്സ് എഴുതി വച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇതാണ് ഹാരി പോട്ടറിൻ്റെ സ്ഥലം. ഒരു ഹാരി പോട്ടർ ലോകം തന്നെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. മുഴുവൻ ഐസ് വീണ് കിടക്കുന്ന പോലെയാണ് നിർമ്മാണം. ഹാരി പോട്ടറിൻ്റെ കഥകളിലെയും സിനിമകളിലെയും പോലെ തന്നെയുള്ള ലോകമാണ് ഇവിടെ നിർമ്മിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. വൻ കോട്ടയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു.